Kvale, and this is your September. Yes, we're getting into fall. September capital market video podcast review. I'm very casual though, so I'm going to keep myself up in the corner. And so you don't get a big mugshot of me, but I do have some good stuff to talk about here. I know at the end of the quarter, we hit you with a lot of things, so I'm going to keep this one shorter, as I just did the newsletter a day or so ago, and it's long, but we had so much information. Some of this is a little bit overlap, but I wanted to talk about it anyway, because I know some folks don't listen to both of them, some listen to all of them. So as a reminder, we do this in a video podcast format. So if you're driving down the road, please keep your hands on the wheel. I always say that, I always laugh. Anyway, here we go. Right around Labor Day, actually it was in late August, actually it was in the August review, right when we got into September, I raised the white flag and said, okay, enough look through, the markets have gone too far. And boom, within 3 days, markets took a different tone and they actually dropped almost 10%, as you can see here. We got lucky. Markets they weren't listening to me. We got lucky on that, but it's a good reminder that that markets don't always just go up. I saw a lot of froth in the capital markets. We had looked through in March, April, May, June, and July. It's time to be careful. I'm not saying that markets are going to crash. And I know we have an election. I've got a lot to talk about an election coming up, and markets are generally, they don't have a political party. They're all about earnings. There are headwinds and tailwinds, but just as a reminder, and those of you that are listening, here's the link, or those of you that are looking, here is the link. If you're listening, I'm hovering over the link to the August review, and then a rediscussion here in September, and then fast forward to, this is really just the latest movement. I use our friends at KoiFin to just talk about the movement. Asset allocation is our king. Fixed income to equities. Doesn't matter what equities we have, whether it's an index, the best index, the worst index, they all go down when they go down, when the markets go down. So I'm not predicting a crash or anything. Just when you want me to tell you the truth, and we will shoot straight with you. So still frothy. International markets, maybe not as much, but still frothy. So we're very careful, very careful. All right, I did a couple part session. Those of you that are in listen mode and driving and keeping your hands safely on the wheel, I'm scrolling down to the next graph, and basically the graph is the trimmed mean. Trimmed mean, and we spoke about it. Those of you that are listening, I've got 3 links. I spoke about inflation, the trimmed mean, and the regular CPI. That's through the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The trimmed mean is a favorite of the FOMC. Basically, it just throws out the outliers. Every time there's an inflation reading, there's some crazy outliers due to the reasons that just due to the year-over-year calculations or the calculations from the prior period. So the trim mean throws it out. This tends to be a steadier mark. Why am I talking about inflation? The Fed's throwing a lot of horsepower at getting the markets, which they are clearly taking heed, helping asset prices. And they're throwing a lot of horsepower into the economy. Granted, we still have a lot of things that are going slow, but a inflation uptick, well over 2%, would mean that the Fed would need to move to stave off some of that inflation, and that would not be market friendly. Not saying it's not going to happen, but it should just be on our radar. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It just should be on our radar. So I wanted to talk about it. I talked about it here, and here. Those of you that are listening, there's 3 nice links. And again, that trimmed mean, we'll stay in tune with that. Those of you that are listening, I'm going back to the top, and I'm keeping this one shorter. Thank goodness. Again, the newsletter one was quite long. I thank you for all of your time, and I look forward to talking to you again at month end next month. Have a happy start to fall. October's coming up, the family favorite, Halloween. I even had a silly post about a picture. So thank you for your time. Have a great day.